top 5 sleeper tire brands that beat Michelin in 2026. The Michelin myth. You've been lied to. Yeah, you, scrolling through the tire aisle thinking Michelin means best in the world. Here's the truth. In 2026, that little Michelin man is charging you $250 to $350 per tire for a logo, not always for better performance. Now, don't twist my words. Michelin makes great tires. The Michelin CrossClimate 2 and Defender 2 are still kings in a lot of categories. But here's the problem. You're paying the brand tax. You walk into a tire shop, ask for a set of Michelins, and suddenly the bill is $1,000, $1,200, sometimes $1,400 before you even talk about installation, taxes, road hazard, valve stems, or alignment. And for a lot of American drivers, that's not just expensive. That's a financial headache. One flat tire can ruin your whole week. But here's the part tire shops don't always tell you. There are sleeper brands sitting on the lower shelf that can match Michelin in real-world driving, beat them in certain conditions, and save you around $400 on a set of 4. Wet grip, dry handling, snow traction. And if you drive a commuter car, SUV, crossover, or EV, this list could save you serious money. But wait until you hear which sleeper brand takes the crown in the rain. Why tire prices blew up. Let's talk about why tires got so expensive. This isn't just inflation. In 2026, tire prices are up around 15% because the stuff used to make tires got more expensive. Synthetic rubber is tied to crude oil. Carbon black is tied to energy costs. Silica, resins, shipping, labor, tariffs, warehouse costs, all of it hits the final price. And guess who pays for it? You do. The driver standing at the counter with a worn-out set of tires and a credit card you really didn't want to use. But here's the scary part. EVs made this problem worse. Tesla Model 3, Tesla Model Y, Rivian, F-150 Lightning, heavy battery packs, instant torque, fast acceleration. Those vehicles eat tires. I've seen factory EV tires done at 20,000 miles, not 60,000, not 50,000. 20,000. So if you're buying premium brand tires every 20,000 to 30,000 miles, your cost per mile is getting ugly real fast. That's why sleeper brands matter now more than ever. You don't just need a cheap tire. You need a tire that gives you real grip, real tread life, and a better cost per mile. The top 5 sleeper tires. These are the 5 tire brands I'd actually consider before blindly paying Michelin money. Not because Michelin is bad, because value matters. And in 2026, smart drivers need to buy performance, not logos. Vredestein Quatrac Pro Plus, the wet weather monster. First up is Vredestein, and if you haven't heard of them, that's exactly why they're on this list. This is a Dutch tire brand that's been quietly building serious credibility in the US market. The model to look at is the Vredestein Quatrac Pro Plus. This tire is for drivers who deal with rain, slick pavement, cold mornings, and unpredictable weather. Think East Coast. Think Pacific Northwest. Think Midwest spring and fall. Think daily commuters who don't want that stomach drop feeling when they hit standing water on the highway. The secret here is the compound. Vredestein uses a high silica all-weather compound that stays flexible in colder temperatures while still giving you stable handling in the dry. That matters because a lot of basic all-season tires get hard when temperatures drop. Once rubber gets hard, grip disappears. The Quatrac Pro Plus also uses aggressive siping and a tread pattern designed to push water away from the contact patch. In plain English, that means the tire bites into wet pavement instead of skating across it. Now let's talk money. A set of 4 Vredestein Quatrac Pro Plus tires can often land hundreds below a comparable Michelin CrossClimate 2 or Defender 2 setup, depending on size. For many common sedans and crossovers, you're looking at around a $350 to $450 savings over a set of 4. That's not pocket change. That's a brake job. That's groceries. That's part of your insurance bill. Who is this tire for? This is the wet weather monster. If you want strong rain performance without paying Michelin money, Vredestein deserves a hard look. But don't click away yet, because the next tire is for truck and SUV owners who want real all-terrain grip without getting robbed at the counter. Falken, Wildpeak, and Ziex, the SUV and all-terrain value beast. Falken is one of those brands mechanics respect more than customers do, and that's usually a good sign. The models to know are the Falken Wildpeak AT series for SUVs and trucks, and the Falken Ziex lineup for crossovers and daily drivers. If you drive a 4Runner, Tacoma, Silverado, Jeep, Bronco, Explorer, Highlander, Pilot, or any SUV that sees gravel, snow, dirt roads, camping trips, or bad winter pavement, Falken needs to be on your radar. The Falken Wildpeak is the sleeper all-terrain tire that made a lot of truck owners stop automatically buying the big-name brands. The technical secret is heat control and tread design. All-terrain tires take abuse. They carry weight, they hit rocks, they run hot on the highway. They deal with snow, mud, and towing. Falken's compound and tread block design help manage heat while giving you real biting edges. That means the tire doesn't just look aggressive, it actually works. And that matters because there are plenty of all-terrain tires that look tough but ride like a shopping cart and wear out fast. The Wildpeak gives you grip, decent road manners, and strong value. Now let's talk price. A comparable Michelin truck or SUV tire can easily push a set of 4 over $1,100 or $1,200. A Falken Wildpeak set often comes in around $350 to $450 less, depending on the size. That's why truck guys love this tire. It performs like a serious tire without charging luxury brand money. For regular cars and crossovers, Falken's Ziex line is also worth checking out. It's not as famous as Michelin, but it gives good wet grip, respectable handling, and strong value for commuters. Who is Falken for? This is the SUV and all-terrain value beast. If you want confidence on pavement, gravel, snow, and weekend trips, Falken is one of the smartest buys in the shop. But now we're going to talk about a brand people wrongly dismiss as cheap. And that mistake can cost you money. Kumho, Solus, and Crugen, the budget king that isn't junk. Kumho gets disrespected by people who haven't actually driven on modern Kumho tires. Old reputation dies hard, but the newer Kumho, Solus, and Crugen models are not junk. They're not bargain bin mystery rubber. They're real engineered tires for real American drivers. The Kumho Solus is aimed more at sedans and commuter cars. The Kumho Crugen is aimed more at crossovers and SUVs. If you drive a Camry, Accord, Corolla, Civic, Altima, RAV4, CR-V, Tucson, Equinox, Rogue, or Santa Fe, this is the kind of tire you should be comparing before you hand over Michelin money. The technical secret is the silica compound and tread pitch design. That sounds fancy, so let me make it simple. The rubber compound helps with wet traction, the tread pattern helps reduce road noise, and the structure gives you predictable handling without making the tire feel sloppy. That's what most regular drivers actually need, not racetrack performance, not a marketing story. You need a tire that stops in the rain, doesn't scream on the highway, and doesn't wear out before your next inspection. Kumho does that better than people expect. Now, the price difference is where this brand gets serious. A set of Kumho Solus or Crugen tires can often save you around $350 to $450 compared with Michelin options in the same size range. That's real money. And for families with 2 cars, that difference adds up fast. Who is Kumho for? This is the budget king, not the cheapest tire, the smartest budget tire. If you're trying to keep your family car safe without blowing up your bank account, Kumho deserves a spot on the short list. But the next tire is probably the most boring one on this list. And that's exactly why I like it. Hack. General Tire AltiMAX, the quiet long-mile workhorse. General Tire doesn't sound exciting, and that's fine. Not every tire needs to act like it's going to the racetrack. Sometimes you just need a tire that shuts up, wears evenly, handles rain, and gives you your money's worth. That's where the General Tire AltiMAX comes in. The model to look at is the General AltiMAX RT45, which followed the popular RT43. This is a tire for commuters, small SUVs, crossovers, and drivers who care about quiet comfort and long tread life. The technical secret is the tread design. General uses strong siping and stable tread blocks to give you grip without making the tire noisy or twitchy. It's not trying to be flashy, it's trying to be predictable. And in the real world, predictable is good. Predictable means your car tracks straight. Predictable means the tire doesn't get weird when it rains. Predictable means your spouse, your kids, and your groceries get home safely. The AltiMAX is also widely available. You can find it through Walmart Auto Care, Discount Tire, Tire Rack, and local shops. That matters because if you damage one tire, you don't want to spend 3 weeks hunting for a replacement. Now let's talk savings. Compared with Michelin Defender 2 pricing, the General AltiMAX can often save you around $300 to $500 on a set of 4. And for a tire that can deliver strong mileage, that's a serious deal. Who is this for? This is the quiet long-mile workhorse. If you're not trying to impress anybody and just want a solid tire that does its job, General Tire is one of the safest sleeper picks out there. But the last brand is interesting because it gives you two options. One is the stronger name. The other is the cheaper little brother. And both can save you money. Hankook and Laufenn. The underdog punchers. Hankook isn't really unknown anymore, but it's still underrated by a lot of American drivers. And Laufenn is Hankook's budget-friendly sister brand. That means you're getting engineering influence from a major tire company without always paying the bigger brand price. The models to look at are Hankook Kinergy, Hankook Dynapro for SUVs, and Laufenn S-Fit or X-Fit depending on your vehicle. These tires are for drivers who want better than basic performance without going full premium. If you drive a Civic, Corolla, Mazda 3, Elantra, Camry, Accord, small SUV, or even a light performance car, Hankook and Laufenn are worth comparing. The technical secret is compound quality and water evacuation. Many Hankook tires use advanced silica compounds that help with wet grip and rolling resistance. The tread grooves are designed to move water out from under the tire so you keep more rubber in contact with the road. That matters when you hit highway rain at 65 miles per hour. Cheap tires can feel fine in the dry. Rain exposes the truth. That's where Hankook usually does better than people expect. Laufenn is the cheaper play. It won't always match the best Hankook tire, but for the money, it can be a very smart commuter option. Now let's talk price. A Hankook or Laufenn set can often save you around $350 to $450 compared with a Michelin set in the same category. For some drivers, especially daily commuters, that's the difference between replacing all 4 tires now or trying to stretch bald tires another 6 months. And let me be clear, stretching bald tires is not saving money. That's gambling. Who is this for? Hankook is the underdog puncher. Laufenn is the budget little brother. If you want solid wet grip, decent comfort, and a much lower bill, this combo deserves attention. Hash the mechanic's secret. Now wait, before you go buy any tire on this list, you need to hear this. Alignment kills tires faster than brand choice. I don't care if you buy Michelin, Vredestein, Falken, Kumho, General, Hankook, or Laufenn. If your alignment is off, that tire is going to die early. Bad toe will chew the tread off. Bad camber will eat the inside edge. Worn suspension parts will make the tire cup, bounce, and wear unevenly. Then the driver blames the tire. But it wasn't the tire. It was the car. I've seen people destroy a brand new set in 10,000 miles because they skipped an alignment. And then they say, that brand is trash. No. Your front end was trash. Here's my rule. Anytime you replace all 4 tires, at least check the alignment. If your car pulls, shakes, wears one edge, or your steering wheel sits crooked, don't ignore it. And if you want these sleeper tires to actually reach 50 or 60,000 miles, rotate them every 5,000 to 7,500 miles. Check tire pressure monthly, not once a year. Monthly. Because underinflation builds heat. Heat kills rubber. And rubber is expensive. Cost per mile is what actually matters most. Drivers shop by tire price. That's a mistake. You should shop by cost per mile. Let's keep the math simple. If a Michelin set costs $1,100 and lasts 50,000 miles, you're paying about 2.2 cents per mile. If a sleeper tire set costs $700 and lasts 55,000 miles, you're paying about 1.3 cents per mile. That sounds small until you multiply it across years of driving. That's where the savings show up. And EV owners need to pay extra attention here because EVs are heavy. They have instant torque, and they punish tires. If your factory Tesla, Rivian, or F-150 Lightning tires are done around 20,000 miles, you don't just need a premium tire. You need a smarter tire. You need strong load rating, good tread wear, low rolling resistance if range matters to you, and a price that doesn't punch you in the mouth every 2 years. That's why these sleeper brands can make more sense. Maybe they don't have the same logo prestige, but they can give you better cost per mile. And in 2026, that's what smart tire buying looks like. Where to buy without getting robbed. Where you buy matters. A good tire at a bad price is not a good deal. Start with Discount Tire. They usually have strong inventory, price matching, and good road hazard options. Walmart Auto Care can also be a solid choice if you want basic installation and straightforward pricing. Tire Rack is great for comparing test results, sizes, reviews, and shipping to an installer. Rock Auto can be useful too, especially if you're already ordering parts and want to compare tire pricing. But here's the warning. Don't just look at the tire price, look at the installed price. Mounting, balancing, valve stems, TPMS service, road hazard, alignment, disposal fees, taxes. That $650 set can turn into $850 real fast if you're not paying attention. So compare the out-the-door number. That's the number that matters. Final verdict, Michelin is not junk. Let's be fair. The CrossClimate 2 and Defender 2 are excellent tires. But in 2026, they're not the only smart choice. And they're definitely not always the best value. Vredestein gives you serious wet weather confidence. Falken gives SUV and truck owners real all-terrain value. Kumho gives families and commuters budget-friendly safety. General Tire gives you quiet, predictable long-mile performance. Hankook and Laufenn give you strong everyday grip without the premium brand bill. So don't buy the logo. Buy the tire that fits your car, your roads, your weather, and your wallet. Because the average American driver is already dealing with higher fuel prices, repair bills, insurance costs, and grocery bills. You don't need to overpay $400 just to feel safe. You need the right tire. And if you're worried about these tires wearing out too fast, watch my 2026 guide on the best oil for high-mileage engines next. Because cheap maintenance beats expensive neglect every single time.